When Thor: Love and Thunder was released, it made headlines for a few scenes in the movie that fans deemed laughable. Now it's making headlines for scenes that weren't in the movie. Fans loved Russell Crowe as Zeus, but did you know that there was even more to the character that we didn't get to see? Join us as we look at some deleted scenes with Zeus, as well as other beloved characters. First, let's talk about some people's biggest flaws with the film. Thor got polarizing views instantly upon its release. Some fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe loved the film, while some despised it. The common ground for the film was that it did not top Thor Ragnarok. There were many faults that people found in the movie, one of the biggest reasons being the visual effects that were used on the movie. One of the biggest examples of the faulty visual effects comes with a scene where a character speaks to Thor through a form of projecting. The visual effect looked unarguably bad. Fans of the movie defended the scene by pointing out the fact that in the movie, the character who speaks to Thor has just newly begun using his abilities and isn't sure how to do it perfectly, while others said that there were ways to show his lack of knowledge without looking so visually unpleasant. Perhaps people's biggest flaw with the film was the included comedy aspect. Many people who saw the movie thought it tried too hard to be funny, which got annoying very quickly. Fans also defended this claim by pointing at the comedy in Ragnarok and calling out the hypocrisy for the film being critically acclaimed. Next, let's talk about people's biggest praises for the film. While there were many people that had faults with the movie, there were also people who enjoyed it and had many good things to say about it. Many fans loved Jane Foster, the Natalie Portman character that we were first introduced to in the first Thor film back in 2011. Jane Foster was introduced as Thor's love interest, and that she was in Thor: Love and Thunder. Where many viewers disliked the comedy in the movie, fans of the movie thought it perfectly blended together comedy, action, and love all in one. While Thor may be at his most childish in this movie, there were plenty of scenes that made longtime fans of Thor and the Marvel Cinematic Universe very emotional. Another character that viewers enjoyed was Gorr, the God Killer, portrayed excellently by Christian Bale in his first Marvel appearance. Many fans loved how Bale showcased the emotion that Gorr felt after experiencing traumatizing and demeaning events that broke the God Killer down and led to him being consumed with revenge. Fans loved the plot of the film, but even more they loved the actors and the incredible jobs they did in the tough and emotional roles they were tasked with. Now, let's talk about Russell Crowe's scenes that ended up being cut. Russell Crowe made his first Marvel appearance in this film when he played the god Zeus. The character we saw was arrogant and behaved like a giant drunken child. In the movie, the god offered no help to Thor and his team and ended up being a waste of time for them. But it is now looking like that was not always how the character was intended to be. The movie is now set to be released on Disney Plus on the 8th of September, exactly 2 months after it was first released to theaters. With the film's Disney Plus release, Disney has decided to release scenes from the movie that were deleted from the finished cut of the movie. To explain what changed in the scenes, we will have to spoil things going forward, so be warned. In the movie, Zeus is childish, and Thor quickly learns that Zeus is not the hero that he always thought he was. In the movie, Zeus is a lazy, self-centered, and all-around rude character. In the deleted scenes, Zeus is much more compassionate, and in one scene with Jane Foster, he is even seen showing empathy. In the deleted scenes, his powerful lightning bolt is not taken by force, but instead given to Thor by Zeus. Let's talk about another character who changed with scene cuts. First seen in Ragnarok, Grandmaster is a character played by the incredible and beloved actor Jeff Goldblum. He was a very prominent character in the third Thor movie, and many thought that he would make an appearance in the fourth film. Those fans were wrong. Grandmaster did not appear in the film at all, which left fans confused as they remembered seeing Goldblum with the cast in Australia where the movie was filming. It was confirmed in 2 different ways that Grandmaster was initially supposed to be in the movie. The first was when Christian Bale confirmed that the Jurassic Park actor was supposed to be in the movie. They were even supposed to share a scene together. The second was when the deleted scenes came out and we got to see Grandmaster in action once again. In the scene, Thor and his team call out to Goldblum's character for help, suggesting suggesting that Korg may have a way to reach out to Grandmaster. We also know there was a scene in the movie where both Gorr and Grandmaster were on the camera together. We do not know what exactly they were doing, but we know for sure they've been speaking to each other. While talking about deleted scenes, let's discuss some gods that were supposed to be in the film. Grandmaster was not the only person cut out of the movie. There were many other very interesting characters that were originally supposed to be in the movie, most of them being gods. There was a god in the film that's almost unbelievable, one whose father was the first person. Not the first person in a Marvel movie, but the first person in existence. That's right, Thor had a possible cameo from none other than Jesus Christ himself. Director and Korg voice actor Taika Waititi said the movie was supposed to include a cutaway to the big man upstairs, who he jokingly referred to as Big J. Fans knew that he was talking about Jesus when Waititi called him the god of carpentry. He was cut from the film, as Waititi thought that was too much and would end up just offending people's religious beliefs. As if evident from the possible inclusion of Jesus Christ, the film was wild and unpredictable, something that the writer and director of the film knew and acknowledged, saying that the film was the craziest thing he's ever done in all of his life. And fans of the movie could see exactly what it was about the script that made him say that. Let's talk about some things revealed in the film's concept art. Concept art is a step in movie creation that involves drawing pictures to visually explain the events of your movie in vague detail. The concept art from well-known concept artist Jeremy Love was shared publicly, showing us a few things in the movie that had changed. One of those things being Gorr, the God Butcher. The fan-favorite Christian Bale character did not always have the look he fashioned in the final cut. The art was drawn before Bale was signed on to play Gorr, and shows the character as a creature like that of an alien or a scary mythological beast. The original concept art for Gorr would have made it difficult to even identify Bale. Another thing that was seen in the concept art, but not in the movie, was Groot, in a way we've never seen him before. A piece of the film's concept art showed the Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor fighting a large group of enemies. If you look closer at Groot fighting the enemies, you will see that both his head and his arm are visibly engulfed in flames. There's no explanation to how he got on fire or if he ever got put out. Finally, let's talk about some theories for the next Thor movie. Fans were very delighted to see that at the end of Thor: Love and Thunder, a text on the screen confirmed what they'd all been wondering. Will Thor return? According to the text at the end of the movie, Thor will be returning for a fifth time. There's no telling when it will happen or what will go down when it does happen, but there are still many good theories out there that fans find very plausible. For instance, one of the biggest theories around there is that Thor will next face off against the god Hercules, as seen hinted at in the end credit sequence of Thor: Love and Thunder. Another very interesting theory is that the next story will have something to do with Valhalla, which is the resting place of the gods. Both Thor and Valkyrie have people they love that have died in battle and have been sent to Valhalla. Fans began debating the possibility of the two crossing over, which would not be the first in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, as we saw it done in both Black Panther in 2016 and more recently in Moon Knight earlier this year in 2022. Maybe the less comedic and more empathetic Zeus could have won people over and made the reviews a lot less divided. Nevertheless, there are fans who loved it and fans who hated it. Which side are you on? Let us know if you love it or hate it in the comments.